Hello friends, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today is our episode number 12.
Hello all, welcome back. Thanks for joining us.
If you haven't subscribed our YouTube channel, please do. And share if you like the content. And always leave your comment below. So today our episode, it is about something slightly different from all the other content that we have been bringing so far. Usually it's about children. Today we're not sure about what we're going to talk about, let's be honest. But there is something going on now, and because me and Leon, we are awake, and I'm sure that if you are watching this video, probably you are awake as well. We always see the things slightly different. So today we're going to talk about Anne Heche, and it was Leon that called my attention to it.
So yeah, well, I wanted to talk about us being awake, but yeah, Anne Heche.
Let's do an introduction about us being awake.
Yeah, so we are very fortunate that we are both have our eyes open, both awake, if that's the right word. And my own story, I feel it was, I've always been different, I suppose, all most of my life. I think doing LSD when I was 16 was a kind of brought off the blinkers, if that sort of moved the wall from my eyes, if that was right.
Santiago, if you are watching this, that was his experience. Your dad's experience is not for you to do it, right?
Yes. Okay. So yeah, that was what I felt. That was how I woke up. Because that was the moment when I was 16.
With what?
Taking LSD.
Yeah, but how did you notice that you were awake? What did you see different?
It was the awareness of different ways of looking at reality.
Okay.
The way that I saw, like through my normal eyes.
Okay.
Going about my life.
But after in something specific.
When I took a psychedelic,
yeah,
it changes your way that you see everything. And through becoming conscious and aware of the two different ways, I looked at it from that perspective.
But anything specific that happened and you saw that is not how they are saying? Anything precise?
So that was my thing. That's how I began to look at things in a different way.
Yeah, but I mean,
I'm trying to explain to you what it was for me, but you're interrupting.
Yeah,
it's not.
But which event? Which event? I'm asking.
No, that's how it was for you.
Okay.
That's how it was for you, not for me.
Okay.
I was questioning reality. The way that I look at things was different. I saw that as a 16-year-old. That's how it all began. That's what I think it was. It was no particular incident. And then on the way through, people would talk to me. One guy would talk about the capitalism, the corporations, and McDonald's and Nike, and all these elements led all the way through. Then it was Iraq.
Okay.
Then it was the Iraq War. Then it was the chlorine dioxide MMS. It's an ongoing thing all the way through. It wasn't a specific thing. But for you, I mean...
Yeah, for me, you were mentioning these when I was a kid, so I can share that with you, Santiago, and all of you as well. So when I was a kid, near my parents' house, it was nuns. I'm not sure if it's a private place. I think it was a private place. But it was a nuns' school. And my sister was in there. My sister is 4 years older than me. And she was in there. She was on the 4th class when I started the first one. No, sorry. No, she left. Actually, she left the 4th class. She went to the 5th. And I started on the 1st. And every time I was going home and I would say to my parents, but the behavior of the teacher was different depending on who the kid was. But I remember very well when on the last day the teacher asked, I'm just going to say some names now. Should Carolina pass? Yes. Should Bruno pass? Yes. Should Yolanda pass? Yes. Do you really think so? No. And I went home and I shared that with my parents. And so the behavior of the teacher was different depending on the income of the parents of the kids. And the behavior of the teacher was not the best one either. And the food, depending on of who was going to eat the food, was different. And all those things I would tell my parents. But at that moment, it was the one that triggered my parents to ask questions to the teacher, what's going on. So after my parents, they went to the nuns, and the nuns, they said, we don't want children like Yolanda in this school. So I remember that, but not to say that I'm different, but the thing is, since I'm a kid with 6 years old, there is things that I know what's correct and what is not. And treating children depending on the income of the parents is definitely not correct. And I would say that to my parents, and I wouldn't accept that. But and after when I went to England, knowing the case from Madeleine McCann in Portugal, and seeing how they were reporting the things back in England, it was completely different. And my thought was, okay, if they are lying about this, about Madeleine McCann in England, what else are they lying about as well? So that's when you dive in the internet, and then goes 9/11, so many things that comes up on the internet, and you see the moon, you see everything that they are spreading in the sky. You see all those things, and then there is other things that you see, and it doesn't fit. Like, for example, when you see on the news, like, there is lots of trees, all the trees, they are completely green, and after they say that there was a huge fire in the house, and there is no house because the building is gone, but you kind of like, how does the building completely disappear and the trees, they are still right next to the building and are completely green? Right, there is something in it, I'm not an engineer, I don't know the temperatures that the things they melt, but the building to completely disappear and the trees, they are still there, the plant, the greenish of the plant is still there. How is that even possible? Okay, there is something in here that they are not completely saying. Right.
Those houses were disintegrated, weren't they? Completely disintegrated, flat.
I just saw more of that just yesterday on the news. Right. Anyway, what we want to talk today about it is Anne Heche. The actress Anne Heche, if you have not know what happened. So the formal story is that she was in a car, the mini
car.
The car. She crashed with the car in a garage. There is a guy in a video saying that saying to her to come out of the car. She didn't, and she drive. There is an image of her driving very high, a car being driven in a high speed. You cannot see if she's her or not. And then they say that she crashed in a house. There was a huge fire. The most important thing, and that's the reason why we are in here, is that they say that she got a very bad accident. She was very injured, and she was not expected to survive because she went into coma. But there is allegedly image that we have seen of what's it called, that thing. So the paramedics, they put someone lie down on that thing that they transport, and you see a white cover on the full body.
let me correct you. They're not paramedics. Remember, they're firemen.
Yeah, they're firemen.
The firemen are pushing supposedly a body.
Yeah. So you see, everything is white, and if you look to that, and if you don't have no information, what your brain reads from that is that someone is dead in there, because if someone is breathing, you're not going to cover. Even if someone is in really bad state, you are not covering the body because the person is breathing. But surprisingly, what happens is when they are pushing that thingy to inside the ambulance, what you see, and they say it's her, you see a person doing this, coming out from that. And after surprise, the way you see is that they push her inside the ambulance. Right.
It's right at the last moment of the footage. You have to watch it and then you catch it at the last minute.
Yeah.
The last couple of seconds of the video footage. This is taken from the news channel filming it.
So first thing is that is weird. A person that is alive, why she's completely covered up. Another thing is, if they say she's injured, I find very weird that she does that movement so free.
Throws off the blanket. She's throwing off the covers.
Yeah. Why? I keep repeating myself, why she's covered. And then she's trying to free herself from that. And another thing that is really weird is, whatever they are, paramedics, firefighters, are they pushing someone inside the ambulance, someone that is hurt? Is that the right behavior?
So yeah, what's going on here? It's like question everything. When you've got all these news stories telling us about this woman, and then we find some footage, we see some footage where it doesn't. They're saying she died of coma. She was in a coma and then died, and then here she is on video, or supposedly it's her. It says on there her name in the screenshot, on the screen.
Yeah.
So question
everything. But the most important thing as well is she was just doing a video,
a movie
called Girl 13 or Room 13, I believe.
Yeah, she's doing a sex trafficking movie
based in true facts. What's the name of the movie? Is Room 13, I believe.
Girl in Room 13.
Yeah, Girl in Room 13, and it's based in true facts. Like, a person that is involved in an amazing movie in a high part of her career, because once she assumed the lesbian relationship with Ellen DeGeneres, her professional career went a bit down because she assumed that she was homosexual. And now she seems that she was again in the peak of her career. Right now she was doing the Dancing with the Stars, or whatever is the name. And, her movie is just coming out in September. So...
This
is not suicide. When you see her videos, she's a very high energy person. She had lots of problems with drugs, but she's a very high energy person, but she still looks like she's in a good place, in a good state of mind, and a very strong woman with very strong values. And doing this movie is my question to you guys. What do you think about this? Go ahead and please have a look to the video if you have not seen it. And
question. That's what I want to
do you think is anything related to this movie about sex trafficking that it seems is based on true facts? Are they hiding something? Was she running away in that car? Do you really believe that it was her in the car? what's going on in here? You know, she had the accident. They say she's not expected to survive. When you see her in there, if it was her moving, trying to escape from that, you know, there is many people questioning and saying there is something in here that doesn't smell good.
There's more to it. This is, you know, question everything. Question everything. That's what I've always lived by, everything.
Yeah, so so this is about Anne Heche. We send our love to her family. It was an amazing actress. She got lots of awards. Very, very good actress, and unfortunately didn't have the best ending of her life. And she has a son, a very young kid.
Well, you know, what's going on? If we can see a footage that the news of her alive, then they're so, like, for example, why are firefighters the ones to load her into an ambulance, and why is she trying to escape the stretcher, despite the news saying the crash left her brain dead and in a coma before she passed?
Brain dead.
So here was she she threw off the covers, brain dead, in a coma. She wasn't in a brain dead or in a coma. So from that point on, from when she goes inside, if she is dead, she's been murdered, because she wasn't in a brain dead or in a coma then.
And why she's in a high speed in the car? What she's running away from? What from?
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
Speculating that.
I don't know. As she's found something on the movie, I don't know. I just find a bit like very dodgy, that video, and the coincidence as well that she's doing a movie about sex trafficking based on true facts. I really want to see the movie coming out, and that's all. I think there's not much more to say about it. I would like to know what you think about these video about her, and
I'll say it again. I just want everyone to question everything. That's what, you know. That's what I get from this story. This what's her name? This Anne Heche. You know.
Yeah, it's very disturbing. It's really, really, really disturbing. Like, she's completely covered. Leon just have the video in here, and she's completely covered. Put the video up in there. We still have some minutes.
I don't know if we can.
Yeah, just put the video in there.
So he leaves Heche in a burning car. An impossible decision for David.
I was convinced she was 100% passed away.
It took dozens of firefighters and special equipment, but Heche survived. What?
Blood sample to test whether she was drinking or on drugs during the crash. The woman in the home did not need medical attention, but she needs just about everything else. Neighbors have set up a GoFundMe page to help.
Y'all saw that, right? Rewind this.
So there was.
Was that the video where she's trying to escape?
Yeah, she pulls out the blanket.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, right, guys. So that's the video from this week. I hope you enjoy it. I hope that it's useful, this kind of content to you. And leave your comment below about any other subject matter that you think that would be useful for us to discuss in here. I want to send my love to Santiago. I want to send my love to you guys. Subscribe to the channel, leave your like, leave your comment below, and
like and share and subscribe.
Yeah, and for me is see you until next week. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.
Bye for now.